Okay, welcome everybody, and we're going to be doing some abacus. Hello, hello. I just need to pin my abacus. Okay, there we go. So I pinned it, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at our abacus, and we're going to start here. When we start here, hello, Miss Nora. So what we're doing is we're reading the abacus, and I'm just trying to reposition so we can see what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to read it. So we have 4,576. We have that. So that's, what does that look like on the abacus? Well, on the abacus, it's going to look like this: 4,576. So we do 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We do 500. Can you see that? And then 7, 5, 6, 7. All the top bead will always be 5. And then we have 6, 5, 6. So we have 4,576. So this is what I call a reverse maze. And what I'm going to do is I take this number over here and I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to color in what's supposed to be here. So it says 5,997. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome. So we're going to do 5. 5 will always be the top bead. So because 5 is always the top bead, then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we do 7. 7, 5, 6, 7. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And so what we're doing is we're just going to continue on reading the abacus. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for liking the live. It's so early in the game. Thank you so much. So what we're doing again, we're just looking at the abacus, and we do 7,487, sorry. 7,000, so we have 5, 6, 7. That's what 7,000 looks like. And then we have 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 80, and then 7. And so what I'm doing is I'm teaching how to read the abacus. And after we learn how to understand how to read the abacus, we will go into some adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. It all just depends on how far we get. But just so you know, you can do multiplication and division and basic arithmetic on the abacus. Because the abacus is just tracking your numbers. So our next number is 970. 970 looks like this. It's 9,770 with a 0. So when we're looking, it's 9,770. So we have 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 7, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, and then 0. No beads are touching the horizontal bar, so that means it's not tracking. Because it's not tracking, we don't need to color in any of the beads on this abacus. So it takes us to our next number, which is over here. Our next number is, yep, right? Oh, I did that wrong. I think I was supposed to go this way. It's 970. Ooh, I did it wrong. All right, so we'll do it again. 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we take this number and we got to put it into here. Hey, Adeline! Ooh, so we're all going to learn how to read the abacus. Hello, how's it going? It's been a little bit, yeah? Okay. So we have, we're going to do this number, right? 8,000, right? 8,000, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 7, 5, 6, 7, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2. So when we're going to color in the abacus, we're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let me know if I am talking too fast. Yeah? Let me know if you have any more questions. But thank you, Adeline, for showing up. I appreciate you. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so we're going to do 1,448. So we have 1,400. This is 400. This is 1,000. This is 400. This is another 40. And then this is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm actually quite excited for my new book, which is the Abacus for Adults. I'm almost done. I feel very confident that I can get it done this weekend. So our next number is going to be 1,822. So we have 1 is over here. This is the 1,000. When we look, this is 1,000. This is hundreds. This is the tens, and this is the ones. So we have 1,822. That's all we're doing. So we do 1,800, 5, 6, 7, 8, 22. Yep. There we go. There we go. So let me know if you have any more questions. What we're doing is we're reading the abacus. So this little thing is just counting your beads. That's all we're doing. It just track your beads. So when we're looking, anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, this is what's being counted. So, but for right now, none of the beads are touching the horizontal bar. So there's nothing here. What we're going to, hey, Char, it is midnight math. It is midnight math. And I was really working on the introduction to abacus for adults, and I'm 3/4 done. Oh my gosh, it's pretty cool. I'm actually pretty happy about it. We do 3,227. We have 3,200, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 20, and then the 7, 5, 6, 7. Welcome everybody, welcome. So we do 3,227. That's what that looks like. So we're going to go to this one, which is 7,462. So right now we're just learning how to read the abacus. When we learn how to read the abacus, right, we have 5, 6, 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 6, 5, 6, and then 2, 1, 2. So we have 7,462. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Thank you so much for joining. What we're doing is we're learning to read the abacus. After we learn to read the abacus tracks your numbers. You can do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division on it. But the first thing we need to do is we need to understand how to read it. It's not difficult, simple to use, easy to understand. So we have 7,195. So we have 7,000, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 1. And then we have 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 5. Oh, 5 right there. See, CJ is getting... Oh, good! Oh, good! Because soon I'm done with this. You guys know what's going to happen. It's going to be your turn, yeah? So 9,571. 9,571. It's a very interactive live. I'm telling you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 5. And then 7. 5, 6, 7. And then 1. So just for those of you that just joined, the books are for... Oh, these are the 4 digits for the... Yes, I'm proud of... Oh, yay! Thank you so much. Adeline. Yeah, this was part of the adult book, but I only did a couple of mazes for the bead recognition because I didn't think you needed a lot of it. So, hey, boy, mom, once you get it, you're like, okay, let's move on immediately. So easy, so good. Yeah, right? So... The bead recognition, I made it just for that one book. And then because of the adult book, I actually have going into adding, subtracting, and adding and subtracting. And we do a lot of two-step equations, and I have a little more mazes there. I was going to do color by number. I might definitely finally for the adult book. Okay. All right. Do you want to see it? I'm pretty happy about it. It's still not done, but I got most of it formatted. Let me find it. Miracles! Hello. Okay. So here is what I got. Thank you, everybody. I I didn't go live because I was really trying hard to work on it. Okay. Let's see. Does that work? Okay, good. So this is the beginning of the book, and I'm trying to make it up to like 100 pages, and that includes the answers at the back. So here's just a bunch of books that I've created. This is my 14th. This will be my 14th book, just for those of you that are interested. Okay, cool. So starts from the very beginning. We talk about how to read the abacus. I give you the notes, like how to move it, right? And I give it to you more of a summary form, not like the kids. Because in the kids, I give it to you one at a time, but I felt like the adults don't need it one at a time. So thank you guys so much for being interested in my book. So again, we go all the way to 3 digits. So this is 2 digits. I do a little bit of review, what the 2 digits, and then this is the maze. We've done the maze. This is only 2 digit maze. Then the next one is the 3 digit, and then again, just a little review for the 3 digits. This is the mask maze. Again, the mask maze is to cover up the maze, so then you don't see the answer. And then, hello, Jello! Welcome back! I'm just showing off my little adult book. Okay, so then again, this is just understanding how to read the abacus of 4 digits, and then this is the reverse maze. It's only like a little bit here and there. And then, again, you just need a color. Now I give you a summary. Hello, Carter! I give you a summary of what, how to move the beads. When we add it, we want to move our thumb. And so this is kind of like an overview. And then again, I wanted you guys to color. So this is about coloring, more coloring. And then this is subtraction. So if you notice, I don't go too much into simple adding and subtracting. You already know how to do it. It's fine, right? So then we have subtraction, which is fine. This is, again, simple. Write the number, write the answer, color it in. That's what it is. And then here is we talk about the 5 bead. I want you to write the equation, right? I want you to write the formula, understand the little picture that I have. Again, it's a summary. And then this is just a little basic through. Do we learn multiplication? Not in this book. That's going to be in the next book. And so this one specifically was just talking about adding and subtracting all the way to two-step equations. And so this is, and then there's the hidden words. And the hidden words is you solve it. You have to write the equation, write the formula, and then you have to figure out what the word is. And then this is minus the 5, and it just keeps going. So then these are the activities that I have for you guys. Again, this is a summary of summary of the 10, and then it's color by number, and then here is your color key, and then you have to write the formula on the side. And then this is a word ladder. So what I would recommend is answer the questions first, look at the numbers, and then here is the answers, and then you have to figure out what book is this? This is my preview of the Introduction to Adults for Introduction to Abacus for Adults. So I really like this word ladder, and it's like four letters or something. It's really kind of cool. I'll review it a little bit. Let's see. So then there's a color by number again, and then here I give you a chance to write the formula. If it's confusing now, I could. If you're watching for a little bit, becomes here. Oh, thank you, Carter. Thank you so much. So I was trying to add in a little bit of color by number. The word ladder was interesting. That was a new thing. And then they give you the whole cumulative property as a thing. And then I give you the framework, right? This is the framework. And then again, this is now we start talking about two-step. I was trying to figure out how to do the two-step, how to make it easier to explain. And so it's like one thing at a time. First, understand that you're going to do the adding of the 10, and then you do the minus of the 5. And we do that for the adding of the two-step and the subtracting of the two-step. And so then I have a puzzle for you guys, and you can cut it out, answer the question, and then write it up. Yep. And I forgot that. And then this is the minus of the two-step, and then again. So now we go into the mazes. So the mazes are all kind of mixed up. There's adding and subtracting, but they go into also, I think I added more two-step equations in this one. So this one is a color by number. This is 3 digits, and then again the word ladder, and I think that's all I got. And then more hidden words. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to go through it, and then you'll get the answers. Can you make one for the sequence and series? Yeah. I'm going to make it a series. There's going to be an introduction to there's going to be an introduction for adults series, because multiplication will be super easy to do. And that's it. Yeah, right, Jello? I'm telling you. I feel sorry for my kids. They don't get a chance to is it this one? No, it's this one. Is this one? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I love this. I'd be so entertained while learning. Yeah, right? That's what I'm thinking. And so I really am really happy about this one. Calculus coloring book. Not calculus, arithmetic. It's just adding and subtracting. Thank you so much, Miracles. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was one of those things like, but I kind of try to get my books up to about 100 or so pages. So I'm going to focus more on the two-step equations. So you're going to get a lot more activities for the two-step equations, because I know that gets a little bit sticky for a lot of people. And I think I'm going to keep it with the as far as I go, like only 3 digits. But I'll probably keep it down to 2 digits, and then talk about carrying over and so forth. But I don't have it where what? I haven't gone to. I think I only go as far as 3 digits. I felt like having too many digits will get really complicated quick. All right. Thank you, Char. Thank you so much. Okay. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about it. It's starting to really form. And so I was going to try to prototype some of it, but then I just started making it. It just takes a long time to format everything. You know what I mean? So, okay. So we talked, so you saw what I did, and that was the beginning of the, Char, you were asking, oh my God. Oh, Ham, I appreciate that. Really? Okay. I'm flattered. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So Char, I'll be keeping my eyes and ears outgoing when it's available. Yeah, it should be. I'm gonna try to publish it this weekend. But we'll see. And then the 4-digit one is just bead recognition. So we just talk about the thousands. This is all it is. It's just looking at the beads and looking at the placement value. I took my abacus today with me. Oh yeah, you did. That's funny. And what were you doing it in the car? What were you doing abacus in the car? You guys. So, yeah. How long did it create? This one has taken about probably a good month, because the format and the outline is very different than what I was thinking about for the children. So, and the questions, I needed to curate the questions properly, and I needed to make sure that, so there was a lot more building up, just because I needed to have a question bank of how I wanted it. So, hello, Sarah, in between errands. So yeah, but I think with the mazes, with the maze series, that's going to be a separate series in itself, and that will be pretty quick, because the mazes. And then I actually created more mazes. I don't know if I showed you this one. So there's a new maze that I'm going to have. It's a little bit more. This is the old maze, but this is the new maze. It's about 20 questions, and I have it where you kind of go through. You answer it, and you try to find the path. I think it'll be fine for adults. I don't know if the kids will find it overwhelming, but I like it. So this is the new one. Hello, Jello. Yes, thank you. Are the children's books you show on the live done by you? Yes, all my abacus books are all done by me. So these ones, like this one, this is all done by me. How long does it take to master abracadabra method? We buy the book will include the digital download. No, I didn't think about that. I haven't thought about bundles yet. So you want to master the abacus method? Okay, see you later, Jello. I don't know. Probably takes you. Well, if you practice every day, it might take you like 3 or 4 months. Because you can go all the way to division. I don't know if that made sense. Let's do some. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, Carter, so just so you know, these are the children's books, and this is the series of the Who series, and the way I have it was I split it up into the specific categories. But in the adult book, it's kind of combined, and so I didn't want to spend too much time on how to move the beads, because that's kind of easy. So, all right. Thank you, Miracles. Yes, thank you, Miracles. Okay, yes, let's work on some. Yeah. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. You thought you could cheat. All right. So here we are. Pronunciation Sarah, not Sarah, by the way. What? I'm sorry. Can we go over 16? Okay, hold on. Let me make a note of that. I'm not going to answer too quickly. Okay, 16, 18. Please, I'm stuck on that problem. Okay, let's do this one really quickly. We'll do this one really quickly. It's just us. Sir, I. Whoa. Sir, I. Okay. Where is my... There we are. Okay, so we'll do this first. We have 16 plus 18. When we're looking, we're going to do 16, 1, and then 6, right? So we have 1 and 6, so we have 16. Then we need to do is, what are we going to do first? Do you want to do the 1 first, or do you want to do the 8 first? The 1 first. Okay, so we add the 1 first. I'm sorry, that was wrong. 16, that's 16. Because it's 1 and then 6. We're going to add the 1, which is fine. That's not a problem. And then what's going to happen is, so we've done with this one. Now we're going to do 8. When we do 8, what is the formula to add the 8? Great. Thank you, Ham. Thank you, Sarai. Yes. So, correct. Thank you, Ham. What we're going to do is we're going to do plus the 10 minus the 2. So we're going to plus the 10, right? We know 1 and then 0, 1 and then 0, right? And now we need to take away the 2. How do we take away the 2? How do we take away the 2? Is there enough beats to take away the 2? No. There is not enough beats to take away the 2. So what do we do? What do we do? Take away the 2 is not minus the 4. I've always have to remember to show the process, not just immediately show the answer. It's fine to show the answer, but that doesn't tell me that you know the formula. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm stuck. Minus the 5. We're going to minus the 5 because we need to take away the 2. That was the one thing. You know what? I don't focus it on too much. But just as we did with the minus 5, thank you, Char. It is minus 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. So just as we do here, minus 2. We want to minus the 2. Here we go. So this is after we know how to add the 5, we need to know how to subtract the 5. So the subtracting of the 5 is the minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. So that's why now you can combine it, if that makes sense. So what we're doing is we're combining this information with this right here. So now it's going to be minus the 5 is equal to minus 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. So I have, 6. Okay, so I'm going to minus the 5 and I just add the 3. So my final answer is 28. Does that make sense? Yeah, thank you, Char. So again, if you remember, that's how we know our formulas. We have plus the 5, right? 3 and 2 is equal to 5, and 2 and 3 is equal to 5, right? 3 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, 4 and 1. So when we remember how to add the 5, we know how to take away the 5. So if we did a little review, like this 6, right? We do 6. I want to take away the 6. I have to take away the 2. To take away the 2, what's going to happen? Minus the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. See, notice it's just a minus the 2. So you take it one step at a time. Should it be 34? Yeah, it should be 34. Because, no, it shouldn't be 34. Because it's 16, right? We have 16, add the 10. Oh, we already add the 10. Oh, no, you're right, because we're adding the 8. So adding the 8 is plus the 10 minus the 2. Plus the 10 minus the 2. Minus the 2 is minus the 5 plus the 3. Yes, it is sure. Yes, it should be 34. Sorry, I've been moving my abacus a little bit, so I kind of lose my way. That's what happens when I don't go live every day. Thank you guys for checking in. Thank you, Miracles, for checking in. Don't forget to check in with your what is it? Your orange heart. Yeah. So when you take it, make sure you go one step at a time. You do one number at a time. Okay, Hem? So you do this one first, or it doesn't matter which one. You just need to choose one. You could do minus the 2 plus the 10, or you could do minus or plus the 10 minus the 2. It doesn't matter. You just need to choose one, and then you work it. You do this one first, and then you do this one. If you can't do this one, there's another way to do it. I believe, yeah, I have a lot of posts, but I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Oh, and that's the thing is in my adult book, I show how to. I try to show it. It's very hard not to show it on Saturday night grind. I see. Yes, deceptive. Yes. Thank you for joining. I hope all. Yes, everything is going really well. I was just showing off my adult book that I will be publishing very soon. I'm like 3/4 done. I'm quite excited. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we're going to go back to understanding how to read the abacus. So let's do this. How are we doing? Oh, good. Thank you so much, Deceptive. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we have this number. I need someone to teach me this so I can teach my school children. Yeah, I do offer online classes and I do offer private tutoring and I also offer workbooks. I have a bunch of workbooks. This one specifically, which one am I doing? I am on the, thank you so much for commenting. Hello, everybody. Hello. So, what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to read the abacus, and that's what we're going to do. And then you'll start to understand it, and then as you understand it, you'll be able to teach your own child. Or if you want, I can teach your child. It's up to you. I have online classes, and that's self-paced. If you're interested in that, I do offer office hour. And if you want you want private tutoring, I also have that as well. Okay, sorry. So we have our number. We have our hundreds, our ones, our tens, our hundreds, and this is our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? What number do we think that is? Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What we're doing is we're learning how to read it. Thank you. Thank you, Char. Yes, thank you, Char. Thank you, Ham. Right? And Ali. Thank you so much. Woo! That's a lot of... Okay, maybe that's one. Okay, so we got to go down here. So that's what 233 looks like. And then it's going to take me down to here. So my next number is... I have my tens and my ones. What number do we think that is? Let's see. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Free Mind. Right? We have 13. We do not, actually. 13. It is 53. It is 53 because the top bead is a value of 5. The top bead will always be a value of 5. So if you look, this is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's all 5. But then this question over here is actually 5 and a 3. So it's 53. Thank you so much, Andy. Does that make sense, Free Mind? Thank you, Ham. Rachel, that's not 10. 10 looks like this. That's what 10 looks like. 1 and a 0. So when we're looking at our place value, every column is a place value. So I start here because I have this dot. So I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, thousands, and tens, thousands, and 10,000. So when I'm looking at 10 is a 1 and a 0. Ah, thank you, Rachel. Great. Okay, so that is 53, takes me up here, and now I'm over here. I feel like this is like a Ouija board. I get to only see on the Ouija board. My Ouija board mask. Okay, so we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. Thank you, Char. You like that, Ali? My Ouija board. My Abacus-EG. Abacus-EG? Would that be a thing? Abacus-EG. No, that doesn't even make sense. So we have our hundreds, 889. Thank you, Char. Does that make sense, everybody? 889. And then takes me to this number over here. And then we have our hundreds, and then our tens, and our ones. What number do we think that is? Okay, so we have 284. Hello, Amma. Welcome. How's it going? It's been a little bit. Hi, good job, Andy. You caught yourself. Yes, you're right. It is 284. 200, 1, 2, 80, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Adeline, is CJ understanding? How's that going? Okay. What else are we doing? So 284. 284, and then takes me down to here. So we have, what number do we have? We have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. Let's see, what number do we think that is? Thank you, Lucas. 725. Well done. It is. It is. Yes, thank you. 725. Thank you, Rachel. Well done. Okay. Thank you, Char. Thank you, Andy. So we get 725. And then we have this number over here. So we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. I get it. Welcome. This is so fun. Oh, good, Rachel. I'm so happy. It's so funny. Like, I didn't think people would like mazes, but it's been a great hit. Okay, how are we doing? What are we doing? What number do we think that is? Okay, we have 144. 144. Yes, well done. Yes, thank you. Well done, well done, well done. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Shikori. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you for your mind. Okay, so we have 144 takes me down to here. So what number do we have here? We have hundreds, tens, and ones. What number do we have? Oh. Thank you, Main Street Tutoring. Well done. 369. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Amma. Almost, Andy. Almost, free mind. When we do 169, 100 looks like this. 169. You got the 6 and the 9, but you needed the 1. Thank you, Char. It is 300. 1, 2, 3. And then when we're looking, 119 actually looks like that. 319, that's what that looks like. I hope that makes sense. Oh, I looked at the wrong one. Oh, you can call me Robert. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. It does. Yeah. Okay, good. So we're going to go down to here. So that's 360, no, yep, 369, and it takes me over here. So we have this number. We have that number. What number do we have? It is hundreds, tens, and ones. Aren't you up really late, Robert? Aren't you on the East Coast? Isn't it time for bed? Doing some midnight math. 8:12. Thank you, Amma. Yes, my show is on Jinx. You're so funny. Thank you, Amma. Yes, 800, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 1, and 2. Oh my goodness, Andy. NYC. You guys are crazy doing math in the middle of the night. That's dedication. That is dedication. I don't know if I have that dedication to do math in the middle of the night. So we have our hundreds, we have our tens, and we have our ones. What do we have? Thank you, free mind. Thank you. Midnight math. Crazy. Crazy. Hello, Sir Brackalot. We will, depending on how the class is. If the class is going pretty good, then we can go into multiplication. I'm sorry. It's not late. It's only... I meant 97. Yes, it is 97. 97. Hey, is that the weather? Is that like the temperature out over in the East Coast right now? When are we going to do multiplying and add and stuff? When everybody understands how to read the abacus. Like this. 97. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7. It is 97. Thank you, free mind. It is 90. So we have our hundreds. We have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. We have 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. So we have 97, and it takes me to this one over here. So we have our hundreds. We have our hundreds. We have our tens, and we have our ones. What's our number? I've been wanting. Oh, I'm sorry. I've always wanted to eat. Texas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right. Proper midnight math. My goodness. It is actually 410. Yes, it is 410. Thank you, Rachel. So, Lucas, we have to make sure we keep the ones. Oh, sorry. That's not working. Do you have to keep the ones as a placeholder? No one gets left behind in this class. We shall move together. Yeah. Well, when we start understanding how to read the abacus, then we can go into understanding how to do some adding and subtracting, because that's where it gets really fun. So we have our hundreds, we have our tens, nope, and our ones. What number do we think? Tricky. I wish the place value started at the far right. Yes, but if you notice there's a dot here, this is my label. This label is telling me that where the ones places. And so when you're looking, right, you should see that there's two of them, either one here or one here. If I choose this one over here,
I choose you.
Then I can move everything over, and it'll be like that. And it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. However, there's no more room for hundreds. If I choose this one over here,
Okay, Charizard, I choose you.
then I have more room and then I have decimals, right? So after the ones, I have the tenths and the hundreds. So I have my tens, ones, tens, 100, thousands, 10,000. That's why. But good. I'm happy you noticed, because if you didn't have that question, that means you're kind of just passively looking. But I kind of want you to be more active, and so thank you for being actively learning. Okay, so that is 296. Thank you, Robert. Yes, 296. We had 200. So we had 296. Yes, thank you. That's what that looks like, and 296 will take me to here. And then we have our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. Hundreds, tens, and one. Yeah. So, I mean, and that's why I keep it kind of like confusing a little bit, just so that I can get people to comment. The reason why is because I want to make sure you're actively thinking. Thank you, Andy, Lucas, Rachel. Thank you, Freemind. Makes sense, right? Cool. So that's the end. That's the end of how to read the abacus. I mean, I have a whole book. If you're interested in the mazes, I do have a series of books. So I have the 2 digits. I have 3 digits. This is 3 digits. Oh, no, that's not it. I do have 4 digits, but not with me right now. But it is published. And then we're going to go into understanding how to move the beads. And that's what we're going to do right now. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much for checking this out. Okay, so what are we going to do now? What we're going to do now is we're going to understand how to move the beads. The reason why is because abacus is a little different than everything else, right? It's not as intuitive, but it's also fun to play. But what it is you want to be gentle. You don't need to be delicate, because this is made out of plastic. But because it's made out of plastic, you don't need to be aggressive either. So when you're looking, you don't want to be digging your feet into this. You don't want to do that. What you want to do, oh, not a problem, Rachel. Hey, Vinters. I'm so happy there's so many people here. I know, it's so crazy. Can you ship some of the books to... I don't know. Free mind? I don't know. If TikTok does it, then I do. I don't know if you can go into TikTok. Yeah, I'd have to figure that one out. Or, I'm glad I found you today. Oh, yeah, thank you. I do have, if you want printables, I do have, you can get my books either here. Sorry, you can get my books either here, or if you wanted something printable, you can get that. And so you can find that here. Thank you. You're a very nice teacher. Thank you, Sir Brackelot. Thank you so much. So, if you're looking for books, I'm sure you can get that here. And then that's what these books here. If the TikTok shop is not available to you, which is going to be interesting to see how many people internationally is going to happen, because I wonder, because it's going to be U.S. based. So we're going to be changing over. I don't know if anybody knows that. I just heard about it. So yeah, you can. My name is Lynette. Thank you everybody for joining. I have been teaching Abacus for about 20 years. And so I'm actually trying to bring Abacus into more mainstream and make it a little bit more interactive and fun. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to understand how to move the beads. All right, I'm sad about it. Yeah, I wonder, for those people that are international, I don't know how they're going to see us. So we'll see. I'm going to keep posting, but then you can find me on the other places. I'm on the other places as well, though. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so again, for those of you that are interested in the abacus, what we're going to do is we're not going to be aggressive, right? And then the other thing is, don't flick.
And flick. Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
So what it is you don't want to flick, because if you flick, then your answer will become wrong. I wish I knew how to sell on Amazon. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I try to be everywhere. Okay, so you don't want to flick, because what happens is if you flick, then the beads are so easy to move that you're going to get your wrong answers. So when we move the abacus, you want to move it with move it with intention. So what about soft copies, so I can print them out? Yeah, you could do that. That's where you can go to this one over here, or you can go on my website. My website, I think, is a link in bio, and I also have a store. I do provide printable, but I didn't combine it with my books. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that one out. Oh, my son got an abacus as a toy recently. I was wondering how to use it. Oh, Rachel, what kind is it? Is it a 10 bead, or is it a 5 bead? Because if you want to, we can work it out. I have been able to modify it. Yeah, you can modify it to an actual soroban. So, okay, this is my book. I'm feeling so discombobulated. So here's the book. This book is available in the shop. It's also available over here. My name is Lynette. Again, it's also available in the other places as well. The reason why we start from here is because everybody needs to understand how to read the beads. And that's what we did, right? The reason why I started this for the children are young, they were probably about 3, 4, and 5. And so they don't know their numbers. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to show the numbers as well as the abacus as well. All of my books is all abacus focused. That's all I talk about. That's all I do, is I do math with an abacus. And so I feel like it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. The reason why is because abacus is very visual. Because abacus is very visual, you're going to know what to do. Excuse me. You're going to know what to do. So this one is about counting forward and counting backwards. This is talking about the relationship of the numbers. And then we finally get into like what's bigger than and less than. So I'm sorry, more than a toy. It is no, Rachel. It is not a tool. It is not a learning. It's not a toy. What does it look like? What does it look like, Rachel? Is it 5 beads or 10 beads? Or does it have or does it not have a straight line? So what we're going to do is we're going to understand how to add. When we're adding, what we want to do is we want to look at the second number. We don't want to look at our result. We're going to look at our second number. Then I will go to YouTube. Oh, right now? Above my last comment. Yeah. The toy, yeah. So the toy, is it a 10 bead or because you could still use it as a soroban, because if it's a 10 bead, what I would do, and it's horizontal. Yep, I know. Oh yeah, I know that one. So you could take it like this. It's a 10 by 8. Okay. So you could take this, let's say it's 10 beads, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you don't want to pay for an abacus, what you could do is you can actually use what you have. And what I would do is I would tape 5 beads together like this, and then I would have 5 beads like this. I can't do it on this. The reason why is because then you can actually use it and then use it like a soroban. I would ignore the last bead, right? And then that would be it. So that's what I would do. And then you can actually start using it and get him to understand how to use the abacus itself. So we have the 6. So then after this, what you can do, you can change the orientation of the abacus to be more horizontal like that. So that's what I would do. And then I would have a string, right? I would have a string to go like this. Then that would be your bar. So then you can count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I would leave this as, I would ignore this. That's what I would do. And then from here, you can actually get him to start looking at the quantity of the numbers. And so you can start him now on the abacus that you have, and it'd be the same thing. So we have 5, right? Or you can even, have this as 10, right? So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50 would be like that, right? And then 51, 52, 53, 54. And then 55. So, yeah. Okay, I don't know if that helped, Rachel, but yeah, you can modify your abacus to be a learning tool. All abacus is a learning tool. It just depends on how you use it. That's all. Okay, so for those of you that just joined, thank you so much. I think this helps. Yes. Let me know how it works. I have told a few people how to modify their abacus, but yeah, all abacus is a learning tool, not just a toy. It's all about perception. So you could still use what you have. I would probably use it. I'm so excited. Oh, you know what? You can bring it out right now, and you can use it. And so when we're doing abacus, you can actually do it right now. Does it only need to go to, yeah, this one specifically only goes to 9. You only need to know up to 9. That's it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter like how many you have. So that's why I would tape 5 together. And you can use it right now while I'm live. Yeah, you can use it right now. You can see how it goes. So here we're going to do 2. Oh, so what we're going to do is we're going to understand that looking at the number, right, the second number, when we look at the second number, that in abacus world is we look at their second number. The reason why is because the second number will always be the one that will dictate whether or not what you're going to do. Either you're going to utilize a formula or you're just going to move the beads. Thank you everybody for joining. Please check in with your orange heart me. Just for those of you, every day a 13 column one. The 13 column one, your store calls my name. I do like the 13 column one for the multiplication. Oh, sorry. So we have 7, and then we want to add the 1. When we add the 1, my final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we're doing is we're understanding how to move the beads. In mainstream, dots are used or tally marks are used, which is fine too. You could use that. But I like to use the abacus, and I use 5 and then 3, and I know my answer is 8. But if you notice, I can actually scale it. I can do the tens. So I could say 50, right, plus 30 gives me 80. And then I could do it again, right? You could do it with the dots and the tally marks, but that's a whole lot of tally marks and a whole lot of dots to be doing. Or you can do on the abacus, you could do 500 plus 300. And my final answer is 800. Yeah, so that it is scalable. And now we're going to go to adding of the 4. When we add the 4, notice we're going to the horizontal bar. When we subtract, we go away from the horizontal bar. So this is the horizontal bar. This is the reckoning bar. This reckoning bar is what tracks our numbers. Because it tracks our numbers, we know what we're going to be doing. It just needs to let us know what's being counted. So if I want to have this one, this is -2. I'm sorry, add the 2. So I'm going to add the 2. I go to the horizontal bar. When I subtract, I go away from the horizontal bar. I'm taking away the 1. And so my final answer is 1. Again, we're noticing the second number, not the result. I don't know why they're teaching that always goes to the result. But what we're going to do is understand that it's all about the second number. When we have the 2, I'm sorry, when we have the 3, I want to take away the 2. I'm just going to take away the 2. And that was the other thing. Somebody was talking about how the kids need to memorize their 9 fact families, and I'm like, why? There's no need to memorize it, because on the abacus, if you look, I have 1 and then I have 8. Do I have enough to add the 8? Yes, I have enough to add the 8. So my answer is 9. So we could do it again with the 3. We add the 3 and then I want to add the 6. All I have to do is add 6, 5, 6, and bring it together like that, and my final answer is 9. See? Easy. So there's so many things that are being memorized in mainstream math, but in abacus we only need to memorize 2 things. Thank you, Char. Abacus is all about the 5s and the 10s, which is really quite interesting. Like how the decimal system. I forgot, somebody made the decimal system. It was crazy on how simple it is and yet so effective. So again, we could do it again with the 5, and we want to add the 4, right? We add the 4, and that's my final answer is 9. So we don't, in abacus world, we don't need to memorize how to make a 9. And then what we did here is we subtracted, right? So if we know how to add, we know how to subtract. So, and then we have the 3. If we have the 3, I want to add the 4. I'm going to take away the 3. To take away the 3, all I got to do is 1, 2, 3, and just take it away like that. And then I have 4. Same thing with the 5. When I add the 5, it's just going to the horizontal bar. If I subtract the 5, we go away from the horizontal bar. It's the same thing with the 6. We have 6, and then we have 7. We add the 1 and the 7. If I want to take away 7, just take away 7 like that. You push it apart. And then we do it again for the 8, 9, and 10. Or 8 and 9. 10 looks like this. 1 and a 0. That's how 10. 10 is a double digit, so it takes 2 columns. So we have 9, right? So I want to take away the 2. So my final answer is 7. And then what do? Take away the 5. So we have 7 plus the 1, take away the 5. Take away the 5 again is just taking away from the horizontal bar. All right, moving away from the horizontal bar. And then that's it. So we did this part. So then the question might be, well, what happens when there's not enough beats? Well, when there's not enough beats, an abacus will always be there for you, and you can count on it. Thank you, Vinters. Thank you. So what happens? So what's going to happen is we're going to memorize this concept. This concept is the fact family of 5. We need to know that 4 and 1 and 1 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 are fact families. We need to memorize this. This is the concept we need to memorize. The reason why is because we're going to utilize this top bead. This is the top bead that we're going to utilize. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. So now we're going to go into something a little bit more intermediate, which means we're learning how to make a 5. In abacus world, they call it big friends, little friends, all sorts of friends. But in mainstream, it's mostly talking about how to make a 5. Which is interesting because after making the 5, there's no other reason. They don't utilize it, which is really quite interesting. Okay, so what's the question we're going to do? Now, you're going to know these questions are very simple, but the reason why they're simple is because I want to make sure we understand the concept. We're talking about concepts, right? We're understanding what we're trying to do. I can talk about the big numbers, but then we get overwhelmed with how big the numbers are. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the 4. When we add the 4, we don't have enough beads to add this other 4. So if you notice, I have 4 on my abacus, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have 4 pennies. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to add another 4. Because we want to add another 4, there's not enough beads, right? There's only 4. That's all been done. So guess what? I have a nickel. I have a nickel. What can I do? I'm going to give you my nickel, but that's too much. A nickel is worth 5 cents. Because it's worth 5 cents, that's too much. I need to take away 1. So I take away 1. My final answer is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I could show you again with my abacus. Add the 5, take away the 1. Always about making sure the concept is understood and not just memorizing the motions. Yes, exactly. And that's the interesting thing about it, right? So that was the one thing, is making sure we understand. So we could do it again with the 3. So if I have 3 on my abacus, 1, 2, 3. I want to add the 4. To add the 4, what are we doing? Well, we don't have any more beads to add the 4. Guess what? We need to give you a 5. If I give you 5 cents, that's too much. So I take away 1. So my final answer is 7. 5, 6, 7. So we have we could do it again on the abacus. We add the 5 and we take away the 1. So my final answer is 7. There is a formula. The formula that we're going to look at is, we're going to,
You need modification. Modify.
so what's going to happen is, to modify, we're going to isolate the variable. We're looking at the 4. To look at the 4, we're going to isolate the variable. To isolate the variable, it's what? 4 is equal to 5 minus 1. Thank you so much, everybody, for the hearts. Thank you so much for the hearts. Oh, good. Thank you, Crochet. Yeah. So that's what we did. And then we substituted this information into the equation. So that's what we did. That's what this is. We're substituting this information. We're doing compensation. That's a new word that I found. Haha, soundboard never ceases to amaze. Yeah, so a friend of mine was talking about they're using this terminology called compensation. And I guess you could do that. I guess that's what this is. So we could do it again with the 2, right? We add the 2, we have the 2. And I want to try to add the 4. To add the 4, what do? We have to power up. So we're going to give you the 5, but that's too much. I need to take away the 1. So my final answer is 6, 5, 6. I could do it again on my abacus. I can add the 5 and take away the 1. So we understand the concept of the money. We have the 5 to use as a 5 cents. And it's the same thing. So what we're doing is we're taking this formula and we're changing it up. And so we isolate the variable. We replace the 4 with the 5 minus 1. I get it now, right, Rachel? I'm telling you, it's really easy. It's really easy. And so we go through the motions, right? And again, I want to talk about the fundamentals. Understanding the fundamentals is the interesting thing. So let's take it one step further. We can take it one more. Let's take a look at this one right here. Let's take this one right here. So here is a big question. This is a big question. But it's going to be easy. I will show you how easy this is. So we have our number. We have 1, 3, 5, and then 7. We're going to add 2,431. Can we do it? Can we add the 2?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Now, can we add the 4? Can we add the 4?
Come on, do it. Do it.
How do you add the 4? Please put in the chat what we're going to do with the 4.
Come on, do it. Do it.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Crochet. Yes, thank you. Well done, well done. Well done. Right. Add the 5, take away the 1. And then I'm going to add the 3. Can I add the 3? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
And then what we're going to do, we're going to add the 3, and then can we add the 1? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
So my final answer is 3,788. I will update my thank you, Robert. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Plankton, Crochet, Char, Vinters. Yes, right? So what I just showed you is that it's now scalable. Because we know this fundamental concept, now it becomes scalable. And so we could do it again with the 3. Because the 3 is part of the five fact family, right? The 5 fact family with the 3. What do? We do a 2. It's like magic.
Oh, I love it. Great stuff.
So we have 4 on the abacus. I do 4. We do 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But we want to add the 3. I don't have any more beads on the 3. Now, if you notice the way I talk, right? I talk about why do we do it? How are we doing it, right? It's not about memorizing. It's about understanding why we do it. When we understand why we do it, then it becomes a little bit easier to know what to do. So can I add the 3? No, I have no more beads to add the 3. I only have 4. So I want to add the 3. Guess what? I have a nickel. Because I have a nickel, that's too much, right? That's too much. I have to take away 2. So my final answer is 7. 5, 6, 7. I could do it again on the abacus. 5, add the 5, take away the 2. Take away 1, take away 2. And so my final answer is 7.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Right? So as you know, thank you so much for sharing my live. So as you know, right, it becomes easier. Can we try solving? Okay, let's do that. Wait, why do we take away the 2? The reason why we take away the 2 because they're pairs. Because we're adding the 5. You can't just keep it. It's got to be a pair. We do a balance. Does that make sense, Rachel? So when we're looking at it, to make a 5, what do? We need to isolate the variable. We isolate this variable. Because we're going to take the 3, we're going to isolate the variable. We got to do 3 is equal to 5 minus 2. Does that make sense, Rachel? Thank you so much, Crochet. Does that make sense, Rachel? Okay, so we're doing the same thing. Yes! Right? We're now understanding the concept, and now we can compound it. We can compound our knowledge. We can do it again with the 2. We can do it again with the 2. When we do the 2, it's the same thing. We add the 2. We need to plus the 5 minus the 3. And this is the whole set. That's the whole set for adding of the 5. After we add the 5, we're going to go understand how to add the 10. But the first thing we're going to do is understand how to add the 5. And then we compound this concept to understand how to add the 10. So we could do it again with the 1. So we do it again. We have the 1. We want to add the 1. We got to modify. We got to isolate the variable. So we do a 5 minus 4. When does this happen? It only happens when we do a 4 and we want to add the 1. We do 4, we want to add the 1. There's not enough beads to add the 1. So what do? We have to add the 5 and then take away the 4. That's it. That's it. I love the fancy words for simple. I know, right? They have so many different words. It's so crazy. Compensation, isolating the variable. What else do they talk about? They talk about fact families, sister sentences. It's so crazy. Hector. Oh, the reason why we start in the middle, Hector, is because there's a dot right here. If you see there's this label tells me that this is my ones place. But thank you so much for listening. So if I choose this one over here, then that will be my ones place. Just like that. Be my bigger numbers. And then I can do my ones, tens, hundred thousands, 10,000s. And then notice that at the ones, after my ones, it sits between is my decimal and my tenths. The decimal doesn't have a place value. It's like it's like an indicator, right? Like a comma. So we have my ones, my tenths, and then my hundreds. And then you could use this as your decimals, like, talking about money and so forth. So, yeah. So the fanciest words, it's the craziest thing. They talk about subitizing. So what's subitizing? Subitizing is when you look at a number, you know what it is. So the interesting thing about subitizing is, like, in mainstream math, it's harder to subitize. The reason why is because there's too much information. There's too many items. And so that's why using a tally is easier. But if you did 50 tallies with 30 tallies, it would be very hard to see, right? You would have to count it. You would have to count on. You would have to keep counting. So that's the interesting thing about it. But in Abacus, it's easy to subitize. Subitizing means that if I do this, you'll know that this is 8. If I do this, you will know that this is 5. So that's what subitizing means. All right. So that one question is... Yeah. There's a lot of like terminology that goes around, and I've been trying very hard to understand how it relates to Abacus. Because in Abacus, we don't use all those terminologies. We just say add. That's it. All right. So we're going to have this number. We have 43. We have 40 and 3 in the Abacus. What are we going to do first? The 5 or the 9? I'm sorry, the 5 or the 8? Which one do we want to do first? Okay. Which one? 5 first. Easy, right? Can we do it? Yes, we can add the 5. Not a problem. So now, what are we going to do? We're going to add the 8. Because we're going to add the 8, what do? Adding the 8, there's not enough beads. This is where the concept of carrying over. Carrying over is 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Because 8 plus 2 is equal to 10, thank you, Ham, thank you, Rachel. Because 8 plus 2, right, we can change this to modify. We're going to modify our equation.
You need modification. Modify!
We know that if we want to isolate the variable for the 8, it will be 8 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 2. We know this, right? This is, just so you know, this is what we're going to know. So, or we could do 8 is equal to minus the 2 plus the 10. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can do either or, right? So I'm going to do minus the 2, and then we're going to plus the 10. Guess what? Can't plus the 10. Whoa, my God, the world is going. No, it's fine. You know why? Because look at the 10. The 10 is what? 1 and a 0. 1 and a 0. So when we do 10, it's 1 and a 0. 1. We cannot add 1 to our tens column. So if we cannot add 1 to our tens column, then there's a whole path that we have to critically think. The reason why we critically think about our process is to figure out what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is understand, can we add the 5? Is there enough beats to add the 10? No, there's not enough beats to add the 1. So we already figured that out. So we are over here. Is there enough to add the 5? Can we do it? No, because we're already using the 5. So the last one is what? Plus the 1 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 9. That is the formula that we need to use. What does that mean? So if I showed you plus 1 is equal to plus the 10 minus 9. So I'm going to plus the 10, just means the next column over. It doesn't mean 3 columns over. It just means right next to it. So you don't go too far. You go plus the 10 and then take away the 9. So my final answer is 101. Does that make sense? Thank you, Char. What grade level is this? This is the fun grade. Right now we're probably, I don't know, it can be, what, kindergarten, first grade. I think second grade is a little pushing it, unless they have like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah. I think, yeah, so the reason why I'm kind of hesitating is because I'm actually wanting to introduce this to like the higher grades, but to introduce it to the higher grades, I have to prepare the questions. And so everybody has to start off with understanding how to read the abacus, but these specific questions, I think are probably like kindergarten, first grade. Yeah. Okay. Ham, did that make sense? Was it ham? I pinned it. Oh no, I lost it. Okay, so did that make sense? So when we're looking at it, now if you notice, we've already talked about how to make a 5, and now we're going into how to make a 10. This one is a little bit, okay. So this one is what I call a two-step equation. In abacus world, we call it mixed formula. So let's take it, let's decompose it a little bit more. When we look at this question, right, minus the 2 is equal to, 8 is equal to minus the 2 plus the 10. You could rewrite it to be 8 is equal to minus the 2 plus 10 minus 9. You could do that. It's up to you. I don't, because we're just putting building blocks together. So the building block is how to make a 10, how to make a 10 again. And this is what I call a two-step equation or a multi-step equation. The reason why is because it goes nicely into algebra. Algebra talks about multi-step calculating. And so I noticed that abacus is very similar to algebra, except that abacus has known variables, whereas algebra has unknown variables. When we're looking, it's just you take it one step at a time. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about how to make a 10. Oh, or how are we doing? Yep. I think that would be the only way. Yeah. Okay. So, Rachel, for those of you that are still here, when we do the 3, let's come back, right? We're going to add the 3. It's the same thing because now we understand how to do an exchange. So we have 3, and then we want to add another 3 to add another 3, right? There's not enough on my abacus. There's no 3. And that's why we take away the 2. When we take away the 2 is because there's a 5 in here. And then we're going to take away the 2. So my final answer is 6. I can show you on my abacus. I can have the 5, but take away the 2. And my final answer is 6. Yeah. Okay. And then we could do it again. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. Right? So it's starting to make sense. Excuse me. So we could do it again with the 2. And then it's easier to do the 4. So I have 4 on my abacus. I have 4 on my abacus. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to add the 2, but there's not enough beads to add the 2. So again, I have my nickel, but that's too much. What do you do? We know that we need to take away the 3, right? Because if we're going to isolate this variable, that's the 2, we need to take away the 3. So we have to take away the 3. 1, 2, 3. So my final answer is 6. 5, 6. We can do it again on the abacus. Thank you, Rachel. Right? Makes sense. So we plus the 5, take away the 3. And my final answer is 6. Are you using your abacus? And then we could do it again with the 1, right? The 1 only has one question. There's no other questions to do it. So it's 4 and then take away 1. Take away 1 is plus the 5 minus the 4. And then you're going to notice after we add and subtract, you're going to know there's a number pattern. And abacus is really interesting to see the number pattern. So now we can go into taking away the 5. So when we take away the 5, it's exactly the same, but now we're doing opposite. This would make me lose my mind. Marshmallow soup would make me lose my mind. That's funny. Okay, so that's the 10. So let's do it again with the 5, right? No way, it's awesome. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, it's interesting because you can see it, and that's the other question: is making sure you you understand it, but 2 to visually see it. My grandma used to do math with 1. Oh, that's fantastic! Did your grandma teach you? I'm sad if your grandmother never taught you, because I think it's a really good tool, because we can see our numbers. And then when we're looking, okay, let's do a review for those of you that just came in. Let's do a review. And don't forget to check into your orange heart. Okay, we're going to review. Aw, sad panda. I'm sad. It's actually quite fun. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for joining, Marshmallow Soup. And then this is 5. The top bead will always be 5. 5. And then we do 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So notice I have 10, 1, 0, just as we write 1, 0. And then we can do 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. So the idea is to understand how to read the abacus, and then we can go into adding and subtracting. So after we have 15, 16, 17, how do we get 17? 1, 7, 5, 6, 7. We have 18. 1 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 19. 1, and then 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then after 19 is 20. 2 and a 0. And then after 20, right, we can count by tens now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then we can count by hundreds. 100, 200, right? 200, 300, 300, 400, 400, 500, 5, this is 5, 0. None of these beads are touching this horizontal bar, so that's why it's 0. And so when we're looking, right, we have 500. We could do 600, 600, and so forth. And now what we're doing is we're actually understanding how to add and subtract. So when we're doing adding and subtracting, we understand what we're doing with our beads. Here, I have my question is 8. Because I have 8, I don't have any more beads to take away the 4. See, I only have 3. 1, 2, 3. I need to figure out how to take away the 4. To take away the 4, I have to utilize this 5. Now you know when I add the 4 and I subtract the 4, we just use the top bead and the bottom bead. This is one of the number patterns. You add the 5, you take away the 5. You add the 4, you take away the 4. We take away the 4 is 4. We add the 4, we're back to 8. What are we doing? We are doing this one. Okay? And then again, we could do it again. So if I have 16 on my abacus, 1 and 6, right? I'm going to take away the 4. To take away the 4 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 1. Minus the 5 plus the 1. My final answer is 12. The answer is shown to you on the abacus. That's why you just need to learn how to read it. You move the beads, but then you read it. And it's really quite amazing. Like just knowing how it looks is amazing. So we could do it again with the 15. We add the 1 and the 5, and we want to take away 4. But guess what? There's not enough beads to take away 4, right? So because I have no beads to take away the 4, I need to do the formula. The formula is minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. So I minus the 5 and I add the 1. My final answer is, thank you, Char! My final answer is 11. Yes, thank you, Char. Yes, it is minus the 5 plus the 1. See, and this is the concept that we're compounding. I've got to go to bed. It's been so much fun. Oh, great. I'll see you later, Rachel. Hopefully you'll have fun with your new invention of the abacus. But yeah, I hope to see you in my next live. Okay, so how are we doing? Ham, do you have any more questions? We're going to continue on, and we could do the 3. When we do the 3, the question is 7, take away 3. So I have my 7 on my abacus, I want to take away the 3. To take away the 3, there's not enough. So what do? We have to minus the 5 plus the 2. So I'm going to minus the 5 plus the 2. And my final answer is 4. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Midnight Math. All right. How are we doing? So we could do it again with 15. So on my abacus, I have 15. Add the 1, add the 5. And then what are we going to do? We're going to take away the 3. To take away the 3, we don't have enough. We need to what? Minus the 5 is equal to plus the 2. Minus the 5 plus the 2. My final answer is 12. And then we could do it again with the 2. So we have 6 on the abacus. And then what are we going to do? We're going to take away the 2. To take away the 2, we have to minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. So my final answer is 4. And then we could do it again here. We have 25. And then we need to take away the 2. Take away the 2 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 3. And my final answer is 23. All right. How are we doing? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, thank you, Char. Okay, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try this one. Oh my gosh. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. All right. Let's see how this works. All right. So this is a word ladder that I was trying to figure out. And this is a new thing. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is what? We'll answer the questions first. Let's see how we do. Okay. So let's figure out. We do 96 on the abacus. We do 90 and 6. And then we do the 9. Char, what's the formula to add the 9? Plus the 9 is what? I don't know if anybody else is here. I guess it's just you and me. Maybe Vinters is still here too. I don't know. All right. Thank you, Char. Adding the 9. Okay, great. So adding the 9 is, plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus 1. So, oh, I'm sorry, 96. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 1. And then we do it again. Plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer, what's my final answer? What's my final answer? Oh, thank you so much for the headpiece. Thank you so much for the headpiece. Thank you. 195. Oh, almost free mind. Thank you, Char. It is 100. Yes, thank you. It is 195. Yes. So we have 195. And so here it says land used for growing crops. And so we have to find the answer over here. This is the ladder. And so this is right here. What do you think that would be? I don't know. I was trying to figure. Okay, so that's the thing. So here. Okay, what's our next one? Thank you, Ingracios Passivos. Thank you so much for sharing my live. So we have 58, right? On the abacus, we have 50. We have 8. And then what's the 2? We add the 2. 1, 2. And then we add the 9. To add the 9, and Char mentioned, right? Plus the 9 is what? Is equal to plus the 10 minus 1. Or you could do minus, plus the 9 is equal to minus the 1 plus the 10. So we plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer is what? What is my final answer? Thank you, Char. Thank you, Jess. Yes, thank you. It is 87. So 87 takes me there. So a unit of, what's a unit of language? Anybody? Thank you so much. Yes, 87. What is a unit of language? What do you think? So that's what this is. So these are like definitions. I guess that's what it is, definitions. Word, yeah. So we did 87, and so we got to go here, word. So word goes like here. Okay. And then next one, we have 71. 71. And then we'd add the 50. How do you add the 5? Thank you. Yes, you're right. It is word. How do you add the 5? Do you remember how to add the 5? We don't have any more beads to add the 5. What do we do? Plus the 5 is what? The first one is field? No, it's only 4 letters. Thank you, Char. It is plus the 5 minus the 10. Pin. There we go. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 5. And then we need to add the 3. 1, 2, 3. So our next number is, what is our number? Thank you, Jess Mess. It is 124. Well done. So we have 124. 124. See, 124 is here. And if you look, the answer is here, a paper used for games. So if this is cord, right? If I change a letter, it would be card. It's like a word ladder. So then we have this one. Tell somebody about danger. 84 on the abacus. 84 on the abacus. I add the 5. Do you remember how to add the 5? Do you remember how to add the 5? Oh, sorry. How do we add the 5? Thank you, Char. Yes. So plus the 5 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 10. Minus the 5 plus the 10. And then how do we add the 9? Thank you. How do we add the 9? How do we add the 9? Thank you, Char. Yep. So plus the 9 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus the 1. So we're going to plus the 10, take away the 1. So the final answer is 143. 143. Tell someone about danger. 143. So something about danger. I'm just going to do this as a tip. Warn. Ooh, yeah. You're right. It is warn. Okay, what's the next one? We have 36 on the abacus. We have 30 and then 6. And then we're going to add 59. We add the 5. Yes, we can, right? We can add the 5. And then we want to add the 9. How do we add the 9? How do we add the 9?
Oh, I love it. Great stuff.
Thank you, Char. Yes, thank you, Free Mind. It is plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer is thank you, Plankton. What's my final answer? Thank you. Thank you, Free Mind. It is 95. Used a lot. Used a lot is 95. So it's very similar to warn. What would be another word for warn? You're right. Warn. That's the number ladder. Thank you, Robert. Okay, so our next one is this one. Oh, that's okay. So we have 65 plus 90 plus 3 plus 90. How do we do? Thank you. Thank you, Plankton. Thank you, Char. So 90 plus 3 plus the 9. How do we plus the 9? Thank you, Char, but how do we plus the 9? Plus the 9 is equal to...
Come on, do it. Do it.
What's plus 9? How do we add the 9? Thank you, Robert. Plus the 9 is plus the 10 minus the 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. And then we can add the 3. 1, 2, 3. So our final answer is 158. And that is a long, thin rope, which is a cord. Thank you, everybody. And then what's after this? The next one is 99. 99 plus 94 plus the 9 we know how to do, right? Plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. How do you add the 4? How do we add the 4? Can we add the 5 here, Char? Oh, yep. Can we add the 5? No, we can't. So what's another way to add the 4? Haha. Can't do it because we're already using the 5. If we're already using the 5, we cannot do plus 5. What's another way? Thank you, Char. Yes. Thank you, Robert. Yes. Plus the 10 minus the 6. So what we're doing is now we're really understanding and compounding our knowledge of how to make a 10. So plus the 10 minus the 6. So my final answer is 193. Okay? So it's an animal with no legs. and it's a word between word and warn. What do you think that word is? Yes, it is a worm. Thank you, Free Mind. Thank you, Char. It is a worm. Okay, so the next one is 34. 34 plus 79 plus 7. How do we add the 7? Plus 7 is what? Can we add it? No, we can't. What do we do? Oh, it's a caterpillar. Plus 7, thank you. Plus the 10 minus the 3. Thank you. Yep, plus the 10 minus the 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we want to plus the 9. We know how to plus the 9, right? Plus the 9 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus the 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. So our final answer is 113. 113. I don't remember this one. 113. It's this one here. Hospital room. I don't know. What's a hospital room? Oh, hospital room. I know. Hospital room. What do you think that is? A ward. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. All right. What's after this? 113. So we have next one is 67 plus the 4 plus the 8 plus the 4. Can we add the 4? No. How do we add the 4? How do we add the 4? Thank you, Gooder. Interesting. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. So plus the 4 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 6. So we're going to plus the 10 minus the 6. And then we need to plus the 8. To plus the 8, thank you, Char. Thank you, Anthony. So now we're going to plus the 8. To add the 8, is there enough? No, there's not enough to add the 8. What can we do? Thank you, Selenite. Plus the 10 minus the 2. So our final answer is 115. So it's not warm. And it's 115. What word do you think that is? Cold. Yeah, cold. Thank you. Thank you, Char. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, our last one. Oh, okay, right. So we have 39, we have 30, and then 9. And then we have 7. Add the 7. How do we add the 7? Plus 7 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus 3. Plus the 10 minus the 3. And then we do it again. Plus the 10 minus the 3. So our answer is 116. 116. A little hot. What word do you think that is? Warm. Thank you. Right? So we have cold, cold, cord, card, ward, word, worm, worn, warm. And then our last one. What's our last one? Used for growing crops. I have to find my answer. Used for, tongue twister? Chemicals? No. The only thing I'm not understanding is, oh, hold on, Justin. Farm! Yes. So that's I added this word ladder to my adult book. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Justin. Not a yard. Land for growing crops. Okay, so for those of you that just joined, thank you so much for entertaining me. But yeah, this is one of my activities that I created. I was like, there's got to be a way to use word ladders, and that's how I'm going to do it. And so now I added a little. Then of course, what I did here is I added abacus to the word ladder, word ladder. And the reason why is because I'm all about abacus. Okay, so for those of you that just joined, thank you so much for being patient. What we're going to do is we're going to review how to read the abacus. And to read the abacus, we're going to look at the beads, right? The beads are going to tell us what the numbers are. If I do this, this is 1. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the beads touching the horizontal bar is what's going to be counted. If it's not touching the horizontal bar, then it doesn't be counted. It's not going to be counted. So when I do this, right, this is all 0. None of the beads are touching the horizontal bar, so this is considered 0. If I do this, this is 5. The top bead will always be a value of 5. So it doesn't matter. It'll be 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? And then 6 is 1. Add the 1 plus the 5 is 6. 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So this is what 6 looks like. And then we have 7. This is what 7 looks like. How do I know? 2 plus 5 is equal to 7. And then we have 8. 8 looks like this. How do I know? Because they're touching the horizontal bar. Because they're all singing Kumbaya, they're all touching the horizontal bar, they're being counted. If I did something like this, then it'd be 88,808.00. So anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, there, that's what's being counted. This is 0. And then I do 9. Now, when I do 9, I can do 9,999,999,999. So 99,999.99. Now, you might be wondering, why am I here in the middle? The reason why I'm here in the middle is because I see there is a label. This label is like my ones place or my units place. If I choose, you just have to choose one. To choose one, it doesn't matter which one you choose. If you choose this one over here,
Pokemon, I choose you.
then you can have ones and tens, right? And then all of this would be your decimal. You can have a really small decimal over here. So if we have our ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then we can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then 100. And if you notice, I don't have any more rooms for hundreds, so that's why I choose this one over here.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you.
Because I choose this one over here, then I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Whoa, 10. Because I'm doing that, then I can actually count higher. I can count to my hundreds. I'm sorry. This is my tens. This is my ones. I'm sorry. This is my tens. This is my hundreds. This is my thousands and my 10,000. And then, oh, good. But does that make sense? So let me know if it's confusing. So then you might be wondering, like, why this is here. This is like a comma. This is my thousand. This is a label. If I'm here at my ones, then I use this as my label to tell me that this is the thousands. Okay. How are we doing? Hey, Johnny. It's great. How's it going? I love this. I'm a first grade teacher. We use a number rack. What is a number rack? I don't know what a number rack is. I'm going to follow. Thank you for the follow. What's a number rack? I just love the 5 base. Yeah, the 5 and the 10 is actually really quite interesting. A number rack. That's really interesting. I'll have to go look that up. Yeah, so on the abacus, what we do is we have to understand our math facts. It's a 10 beat on the top and 10 beat on the bottom. Ugh. Okay. Can you count change on this? Yeah. Yeah, you can count. You can do multiplication and division on the abacus. The first 5 are red. The second 5 are like a reckon wreck? Yeah. Which is interesting. Which is very interesting. I do have a few teachers that I came across my live, and they're interested in trying to introduce it. And then some of the questions were like, what happens if the teacher after them doesn't teach? And it's like, it's fine. Because you'll have more time to teach other things. But yeah. Yeah, so you can do change. I mean, we've been having questions. So like this one here, we can even do this one. If we did decimal, we could do 26, right? 26 cents. Let me put a decimal on that. So we put a decimal here, right? And that's be $3. $3.26. So $3, 1, 2, 3, 20, 1, 2, and then 6. And then we want to add 32. If we add the 3, can't do it. What do? We have to add the 3 is equal to what? Plus the 5 minus the 2. So we're going to plus the 5 minus the 2. And then I want to add the 2. Can I do it? Yep, I can do it. So my final answer is $3.58. Okay, sorry. Yes, exactly. It's just different. Yeah, in our math curriculum. Yeah, I have a friend that does the reckon wreck. How long did it take you to learn the abacus? Like, really learn it? I think it probably took me about a year. And that's including, but, I didn't do it every day. I was working as well. So when I learned it, it was for a learning center, and my dad wanted to open up a learning center, and that was like 20 years ago. But it took me about probably 6 months to about a year, because we had to go through all of the understanding, like why are we doing certain things. When I was taught to memorize, but I want to know why, and so I actually had to think deep and understand why we're doing certain things. And then we can go into adding, subtracting. Oh, we can go into multiplication and division. I am an abacus teacher. I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. I'm not a school teacher, if that's what you mean. What's the best way to start learning then? Best way to start, who's it for? Is it for you or is it for a child? Because it all depends on how quickly you can learn it. Like, I go through it pretty quickly in my lives. So yeah, if I can understand who's it for, I can give you a better understand. I can give you a better thing. I can teach my class in. Oh hey, I teach my class in South Carolina. I love this. Oh hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I actually have a bunch of worksheets and workbooks available for and my focus is abacus, how to do math with an abacus. And when we're looking at math, it's very structured. So when I'm talking about it, I have it separated into different concepts. So after you learn how to read the abacus, then we understand how to move the abacus, and after we move the abacus, then you go into understanding how to make a 5. So this is how to make a 5, and then you understand how to take away the 5. And then after you take away the 5, you need to understand how to make a 10. And so when you understand how to to myself. Okay, so Andrew, if you really are interested, I would recommend start off with understanding how to read the beads, and I would do the mazes. You can choose from double 2 digits or 3 digits. I do have 4 digits in my other store. It's available here. I have 4 digits. Hi, my name is Lynette, and I've been teaching abacus for about 20 years now. Thank you. Yes, it is an abacus. Yeah. Are these on your profile? No. I have my website on my profile. I have a YouTube link that just everything on my lives. And then I do have, if you're here, I you can see my website there in there. But I am also here as well. If I can find it. Where is it? I'm also here on TPT. Yeah. If you're interested in there, because I have the download, but I haven't been keeping up with that one. But yeah, the books I do sell it on TikTok, but I also do sell it in the other places. Yeah, yeah. I try to be available, but the funny thing is I don't know what the search terms are. To try to get discovered. So, yeah. But I've been doing more TikTok stuff. So, yeah. That's the one thing I'm trying to figure out, the whole SEO thing. So, Andrew, did that make sense? What I would recommend, you could either use the 2-digit or the 3-digit. Or you could do 4-digit. It's up to you. 4-digit looks like this. And this is what I call a reverse maze. The reverse maze just means that I give you the path and you're supposed to color it in. So if you notice, I colored it in. And then after that, there is a regular maze. Woo. The regular maze is you have to know what the number is on the abacus, and then you'll follow the path. And what I do also is I provide a mask maze to cover up the answers, because it's easy to see the answers. And so I give you the option to download it. I give you the option to download it so you can print it out anywhere. I use the file folder on this one. Yeah. So, and then after that, I would go into the actual curriculum, which is this. I do sell the bundle. I'm trying to figure that out. I think I got it, but I'm not sure. But if you're interested, nope, that's not it. It is. Here is what the curriculum would look like. Yeah. This is what the curriculum would look like. You would understand how to read the abacus, right? So you would understand how to read the abacus, What am I doing? There we go. Understand how to read the abacus. Then you go into understanding how to make a 5. After you make a 5, you know how to make a 10. Take away the 5, and then after you take away the 5, you'll know how to add the 5, add the 10, and then you go into making the 10 minus the 10, and then after that we go into two-step equation, and that's when I'm gonna. That's the next book I gotta start into, just because doing two-step equations is what Ham was having problems with. I wanted to actually have that as a separate book in itself. There would be adding of the two-step equation and subtracting of the two-step equation. But again, what we're doing is we're doing compensation. Yeah, that's a. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I was trying to be more streamlined, and so this one was meant for kids, and so I think it would take them about a month to go through the book. You know, once they understand the concept, then they can use. Then there's enough. There should be enough pages for you to practice, and then I have like tic-tac-toe, mazes. I have word problems, and what else? Oh, color by number, word problems. And so I usually talk about the beginning of the book. I don't know how you do math. It's almost, yeah. Hey, Cam, thanks for sharing the information on the abacus. Not a problem, Cam. And so I try to make it more interactive for the kids, more color by numbers, interactive, hidden words, word problems. And then this one's kind of cool. I added it where they can answer the question. They answer the question, they cut it out, and then they have to find the bud that goes with it. And then again, more color by number, and then I give you an explanation. I like this one, which is the spin the wheel. I love the number bonds. The number bonds was only meant for a concept. We don't use it in Abacus. We don't use the actual number bonds in Abacus. I try to relate it to mainstream math. That's what I'm trying to do, which is very different than how we're teaching in Abacus world. And so this is 10. So then making of the 10, I give you the different ways of different combinations of making of the 10. And then this is just a run through. Like we always talk about the second number. We don't talk about the result. We always look at the number. The number is what dictates whether or not we're going to use a formula or not. That's why we always talk about the number. And then it just goes through step by step. It goes all the way to minus the 1 or add the 1. And then after that, after adding the 1, there is problems. So this is a puzzle. Answer the puzzle and then find the puzzle answer over here. And then paste it together. And then I give you more examples of more questions on how to practice. And again, there's more puzzles and more mazes and the hidden word. Yeah. I don't know how you could do math. It's almost 3 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. I get really really happy about talking about Abacus. And then this is minus the 10. So minusing the 10, again, I show you that the pair, 1 and 9 is a pair. And then again, we do the number bonds, or not number bonds, but we do the combination just to get an idea what it is. And this was, geared towards kids. I am creating one for adults, and I'm going to get that ready. I'm like 75% done. I'm just a quarter left. So again, we talk about the minusing the 9. When we take away the 9, we need to understand, right, how to take away the 10. And then I want them to write out the formula, because writing out the formula, it's like a chant. And the more you chant it, the more easier you would understand what you're doing. And then we do again minus the 5, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 1. And then again, we have more practice. So here is checking subtraction, and then secret problems. This is color by number, and then more mazes, and then the secret code. Again, more mazes and checking. Yep. So that's the book. And then at the end, of course, there's word problems. And at the end, I give you the answers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in California, so it's almost midnight for me. Yeah, and every book should have answers. And so that's what I have so far. I am working on some more. Justin, you might be interested in this. Well, I don't know. The dry erase is kind of cool. I think it's better for the adults. I do have a dry erase that's available in the TikTok shop. Yeah. And it's bounded as well. And the way it's kind of nice, but other than that, yeah. All right. So how are we doing? Whew, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for joining. We can continue on with what? How to make a 5? What age would you start the kids? I was trying to get the kids young. So it depends on how early. I do have students as young as 3 years old, and they kept going. And that's why I had the other book. So so in Abacus world, in Abacus world, we usually start kids at the age of 5 because we want them to already know how to count. But I'm like, why? We should get the kids while they're young. So that's why I created this preschool book. And I also have more activities for cutting and pasting and more sorting and stuff. And so I didn't put in a book yet. I will make it into a book. But I give you activities as well. So the first thing is to understand what the number 1 is, and do some tracing and figure out what the number 1 is. And again, it's very abacus specific. Like I wanted to really have it involved at what the abacus is all about. And then this is find a maze, and this is another maze, and this is how to draw, right? And they have to practice their straight lines, and again a maze, and then color by number. And then I do the next lesson, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we just focus on those because it's everything on the top bead as well as the bottom bead. So that's why I broke it up that way. So I have 5, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And again, after that, then the next lesson is counting forward, and then we count backwards, and then after counting backwards you figure out like what's in between. So here's if I give you these two numbers, what comes in between, and then what comes after. So if I give you one number, you need to know what comes after. So it's a lot about relationship of numbers, not necessarily the abacus, but you use the abacus to try to understand. And then and then comparison, and after comparison, there's more comparison. But then after that, then we start going into adding and subtracting. That happens towards the end because by then they should know their numbers and be comfortable with it. And then the way I have it broken up is we only talk about the specific numbers, right? We add the 1. When we add the 1, then we add the 2. And again, I have more activities as well. This one was a puzzle. So you answer the question, and then you have to find the puzzle piece. And then, yeah. And I have color by number. And I try to make a game. This is who will win. There's some playing pieces here. You cut this out, the tiles, and then you put it anywhere on your questions, and then you try to see who has the most. It goes to subtraction. It's interesting because in subtraction on the abacus it's easy to understand. The reason why is because you just move it away from the horizontal bar. So when we're adding the 7, we want to take away the 1. To take away the 1, we just move it away. So it's easy for the kids to understand how to take away. As opposed to mainstream math, it's kind of difficult. So, how are we doing? All right. Whew. There's still 80 people in this room. Thank you, everybody. Very cool. Your stream is very informative. Thank you so much, Andrew. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me know if you have any questions. I mean, I usually continue on with like the adding and subtracting, and we just do a bunch of questions just to get everybody to understand. But yeah, do you have any other specific questions? Because if not, we can continue on with making of the 10. Oh, I guess that's what we could do, right? And then we go all the way to 9. But then I didn't want to do 10 because I didn't want to have to explain place value. I talk about 10 in the other book. I talk about 10 in this book because we need to understand how to do place values after that. Yeah. That's why I have pictures. I like pictures. I don't like reading. So I was trying to show like the number bonds, and then I was trying to show like, how do you add the 10? So to add the 9, we want to plus the 10, 1, 0, 1, 0, right? 1, 0 plus the 10, and then take away the 1. So if I had 3 and I want to add the 9, I go plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus the 1. And my final answer is 12. Yeah. And then this one was meant for like having the kids to understand to go to the asteroid belt. So if I was having 2 on my abacus, I need to, do I have enough to go, do I have enough to take away? No, I don't. So what do? I have to go to the asteroid belt. I go to the asteroid belt. So I plus the 10, but that's too much. I have to take away 1. So I have to take away 1. So my final answer is 11. Whew. All right. How is everybody doing? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Please check into your orange heart me. It's like up there where my head is, I think, like right there. So don't forget to check in. What we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus and understand how to add and subtract. Oh, yeah. How are we doing? Are we all right? We could do 9. After 9 is... Excuse me. I might actually call it a night. I'm quite tired. I woke up early too. Oh yeah, this one was a color by number. So here's the question, right? We have 7. 7 take away 3. So we have 7 on the abacus, 5, 6, 7, and we need to take away the 3. To take away the 3, there's not enough. What do? To take away the 3, we need to minus the 3 is equal to what? Minus the 5? No. Yes, minus the 5. So we're going to minus the 5 plus the 2. Minus the 5 plus the 2. And then we need to plus the 10. Plus the 10. I'm sorry, plus the 9. Plus the 9 is equal to what? Plus the 10 minus 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer is 13. And then we can do it again. Excuse me. So we have 6 on the abacus, 6 on the abacus. We take away the 2. To take away the 2, we know what? Minus the 2 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 3. Minus the 5 plus the 3. And then we need to plus the 9. Plus 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus 1. Plus the 10 minus the 1. So my final answer is 13 again. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. All right, how are we doing? Thank you guys for joining. If anybody's interested, I do sell abacus. All right, how are we doing? What's going on? We can continue on. So this one is 8. 8 minus 9. So, no, add the 9. Plus the 9 is what? Plus the 9 is equal to plus the 10 minus 1. Plus the 10 minus 1. And then we need to take away the 3. Minus the 3 is what? Oh. What's minus the 3? Minus the 3 is... Can we take away the 3? Yeah, we can take away the 3. Right? Minus the 5 plus the 2. Minus the 5 plus the 2. So my final answer is 14. That's 14. Oh, excuse me. Alright. I am getting really tired. I will have to end my live pretty soon, but I can't believe there's still 80 people in this room. Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Lynette. I am an abacus teacher. I really enjoy talking about abacus. And I also have abacus books. All my books are available in the TikTok shop, and I do have some books available over here as well. Hello, my name is Lynette. You're tired. Not a problem. Thank you so much, Free Mind. Yeah, it was my fault for coming on so late. What time is it for you right now in Ghana? Yeah. Yeah, you might want to try, here if you want Free Mind instead of, yeah. I don't know. I don't think TikTok shop works over there. Yeah, you might want to try this. It should be available everywhere. But yeah, All my books are available. Yeah. Or you could try the other place. There's this one. I don't know if that's available to you. Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions? There's like all these people. I want to keep going, but I can't. Okay. How are we doing? Anybody have any questions? Do you have some in Chicago South Side? I don't have anything in Chicago. I'm in Los Angeles, California. I'm on the west side of the... So right now it's 12 o'clock for me at night. I mean the books. I don't know. It's south, like... It would just be available here. I don't know if that's a different site. Are you talking about like in a bookstore? No, they're all available here or in the TikTok shop. Or on my website, but I haven't really built out my website as much. But yeah, you should be able to buy it here or on TikTok. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The books, those are the only places that's available. Either here, or the TikTok shop, or on the other one, or the TPT. But the TPT is not as full as my TikTok shop. Yeah. Okay. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's do a review on how to read the abacus for those of you that just came in. We can do adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division on the abacus, but the first thing we need to do is understand how to read it. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. All the bottom beads, the value of 4. The top bead is always a value of 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10 is the way we write. 1, 0. Then we can do 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. Now we can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. That's it. How are we doing? Anybody have any questions? Oh, if not, I think I'm going to turn it in. I think I'm going to turn in for the night. And then try again tomorrow morning. Yeah. I think I'll try to get on about 6 or 7 in the morning. Yeah, I have to get back into a regular scheduled. I've been out for a little bit and trying to get onto a schedule. It's been fun. All right. So if nobody else has any questions, thank you, Char. Oh yeah, thank you, Char, so much. You're so quiet today. But yeah, what do you think of the word ladder? What do you think of the word ladder? That's going to be in my adult book. Yeah. I don't know if I was going to make a whole book of word ladder. Yeah, I thought it was fun too. I don't know if I should make a whole book out of it. I could, but it takes time to like build it, and that's a lot of words, and that's a lot of formatting. I'd have to figure out maybe a better way of formatting. Yeah. No, I guess word ladders are easy. No, I take that back. Word ladders are easy. It was the hidden word that's more time consuming. Yeah. I do like hidden words as well. So, all right. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for the comments and the questions. If there are no other questions, I am going to end the live. I apologize, but I'm a little bit tired right now. Okay. So for those of you that joined, thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for sharing. And I will see you in my next live. I'll see you tomorrow, Char. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully I can get the adult book done tomorrow. But we'll see. All right. Yeah, I think I need to add a couple more. I have to add 15 more pages. So, oh, here's a question. Wait, here's a question. What kind of activities would you like to see? I was going to do puzzles. Yeah, that's a question. Well, I guess no, I can't do the I can't do the spinner cuz yeah, I don't know. I can't do the spinner. What else? Maybe I'll do puzzles and yeah. All right. I'll see you later, Char. I'll do more mazes. I'm going to do more mazes. Yeah, I'll do mazes. Can't get enough mazes. All right. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Well, I can't believe how many people are here. Oh, yeah. And then there's answers in the back. Okay. Oh, good night. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know if anybody else is here. All right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. And I will see you guys all in my next live. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. See you later, Char. Thank you for the follow.